Hi guys, hello, welcome back to City Skylines. We carry on Whitford Peak and carrying on from last time. So we've got our new fire services over here as well, which hopefully is going to help us resolve any of these kind of crises we have. So we have our fire helicopter department, and I can see straight away. So people remember the issues from basically the prop and tree anarchy, leaving that turned on. You end up with trees and bushes all over the place, and it's always the bane of my life forgetting to turn that off. It's this down here, prop and tree anarchy, and it always... Now this is another thing that's just bugging me, and this is always an issue. This is an issue in general with Skylines, which is ridiculous, which is that the traffic light system seems to be like, it's just kind of stop and go, and there's no kind of like, if it's three-way lights, you should have 3 turns of traffic lights, so it's kind of insane when it kind of lets them drive across. Right, but anyway, that's just something else which is going on. We seem to have resolved the fire. Remember last time we had a very terrible fire at the police station and all around here. The rail services are looking very strong as well. People are really enjoying the railways, which is good. We want to keep improving the railways. Now, so before we get back to the downtown harbour front, something that I wanted to do for ages, and we have got the money coming in. We've got 10 grand. I told you it's going to be worth building the city, because now we have got 10 grand coming in weekly, which is really good. We've got a positive weekly change, people coming in as well. Noting to follow on, it's about the capacity of the next piece of road, not about the junction itself. If enabled, the cars will enter the junction even if the next road piece is filled. You can do 3-way lights by time traffic lights, by the way, which would solve your problem. Yeah, I know you can do time traffic lights. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I've never taken the time to learn how to do those time traffic lights properly, and I probably should. Every time I look at it, I sort of start to get into it and I go, I can't be bothered. So I should really try to look and figure out how to do that, because it would solve some issues. But most of the time, it never gets so problematic that I'm kind of feel like I don't have any other option than to learn it. So that's why I kind of don't, because most of the time I sort of start to look at it and think, oh, I can't be arsed. Right, so the other thing I wanted to do was to get in a industry rail hub right here. This is a good place to put this. So I think before we do anything else, we've got like the one-way street going. And I guess we need to think about how that might affect things. Because that's an awesome roundabout. Yes, it is. It's the corkscrew roundabout, and it is epic. I completely agree with you. It's an awesome roundabout. Yes, so the industry rail, what we need to think about is how the industry stuff is getting in and getting out. Because if it's coming in on a certain thing, we need to make sure it goes out a certain way as well. This is usually the biggest problem with the industry rail thing, because the lorries and stuff queue up to get into the industry rail, and it's always a problem. So first of all, we need to get the industry rail. So we're after this. It's a cargo train terminal, and we got the train station. So we want the cargo train terminal, which carries your goods and so on and so on. I don't know if I have an easier or less severe one of that. Yeah, there's the Drossovilis cargo station. There's the rural cargo station. All of them cost a fair amount. What does our normal one cost per week to run? Oh, it's the same, 1400 basically, and 60k. Costs a little bit less. So, how long is this thing, the Kansas City Freight House? So the thing is this freight house looks pretty good, but I think this freight house is more for kind of like out of town stuff. Not this. This is kind of like a metropolitan hub. So I think we should stick actually with the default one, because I think it looks more appropriate. But like I say, the question is, it really wants to go about here, and I'm concerned about how, because we'll probably have, there'll be two types of traffic coming to it. Probably this stuff and probably also the farm. They'll both come to ship into it. And the issue is going to be, how can we make enough space to allow the traffic to, because the traffic will, what's this? Let me put the train station on the other side and have it going out to the right. That way you don't mess with the highway. Yeah, you mean put it like over here? I mean, to a point, yeah. I suppose the benefit of putting it over here would be that it could be easier to connect it to the railway. Could also create problems with us connecting to the railway. It's a good point. Could also potentially put it here, and then it'd be very easy to connect to the railway. Curioso and Curioso. Across the canal, you mean put it over here? No, because over here we have our, this is our water treatment stuff. I think if I was going to put it anywhere, I'd put it here, because if I put it here, right, if I put it here, then any of the cargo which is coming out of the terminal, it can come, so like basically any of the farm stuff can come along here, and they can go under here, and they can come back out here. And then they can go to deal with the thing, and then they can just go straight back in. So I actually think next to the farm, no. This is going to be the ideal place for it, right here. And it also means that I get to put something in this space, because I talked for ages about one. We can create the whole cargo terminal, which will go perfectly alongside this. So actually the ideal place for it. And it also means that it shouldn't create any traffic queuing problems, because it will be far away from everything else. How about connecting it to the underground U-link between each carriageway near the industry area? That way the traffic... Yeah, exactly, TC Roberts. Yeah, that's what we need to do, 100%. So what we need to do is, first of all, we just need to create an off-ramp, which is going to come this way. So it will come basically here, and then it's going to loop around, right? But first, we'll just make it so that it comes off. So just have it come off here, and then loop basically around. Okay, and then we also need to create another, basically when we're coming back out the other side, and we don't want to connect it into any of this, it wants to come straight back into the highway. So whatever we do, wherever it's coming from, it needs to kind of basically come back like here, and then almost in like that. That's basically what we need to do. And I might be able to tweak this a bit to make it work a bit better. Oh, a little bit glitchy. There we go. That's probably the best I can do. Right, so okay. Right, so what we're going to do, don't worry, I'll sort out the directions in a minute. So, we will have a road, because basically what I've learned in the past with these kind of rail terminals is that a lot of traffic has to offload, so that often means you get a bit of a queue in offloading the rail stuff. So we will put the terminal like here with a road running to it, and it'll obviously be a one-way system. So next up what we can do is just get like it probably can be a single lane actually. We can probably even have like this, like a one lane, one way coming to it. But let's just go for a 2-lane one way just for the sake of it. No, actually no, because it's a complete one-way system. It doesn't need that. So let's just have this over here. So I'm going to get this actually coming in like here, like this. So now let's get our rail terminal. Oh, because it actually has to go along the road, doesn't it? So actually we can run that along here. Okay, and then I think I know what I'm going to do here. So now we got our terminal. Okay, I'm going to put the terminal like right here. Now I don't really want the traffic to kind of run back around this way because then it's going to have to cross the rail to come back into it. Okay, so probably what we're going to do is one way coming in this way and then this coming out the other way. So what we'll have is this will come back around like here. And actually, I didn't think of this before, but we can just bring this back onto this road here. No need for it to go anywhere else. I didn't even think about it before when we were doing this, but now, yeah, look, I can just run this, bang, straight in there like that. Case closed. Although not, because obviously it's glitched as hell, but... There we go. What the hell's wrong with that? Come on, get that sweet spot. Okay, perfect. Right, so that takes care of that. And we just need to get this resolved. The other thing I wish we had done, I wish we had set it so that these little streets, these little bloody lanes here, like this, there should be no street lighting on these, ever. Right. Now, annoyingly, I can't... I wonder if I... Yes. So if I just change the direction, it'll obviously wipe that out. Like that, which is a good thing. Let's also just curve this road a little bit. Okay, perfect. We can have lights along this bit, that's no worries. Now, like I say, we can get rid of this now, because that doesn't need to be there anymore. And we can just have this. In fact, actually, maybe we'll have some lights coming there, because it's just coming off of the main junction anyway, right? Right, there we go. And then we just need to do a little adjustment here. Okay, great. Right, so that should be, for now, that should be kind of our terminal look. That should work really, really good. That should be a nice, clean circuit for the industry to come in, and they can come in a couple of different ways here. You know, if they're coming out of the industry park, they can come out this way. The only thing we're gonna have to watch is if they start shipping out a lot of stuff through this road right here, this one here, that could be a problem, because then they may start to get a little bit over the top about kind of how much traffic, you know, is backing up on this road. But we'll look at that as and when that happens. The next thing is we have to think about the rail and where the rail is coming and connecting to without it causing other issues. So the thing that we're going to have to do is loop it off of this track. And the thing is, I think what we're going to make use of here is the one lane rail track rule. Although, I mean, we have got two, it's a double rail port, so actually it might be a little bit too much, but we haven't had anything here for a while, so I'm thinking what I don't want to have happen is there's a lot of... we almost need to do it like right here. This is we almost need to... Hold on, I thought we had catenary replacer on, so we didn't have these overhead cables. I thought we had catenary replacer on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there shouldn't be any overhead cables. Well, let's just have a look at our options. Maybe there's one that I really like. Yeah. Kind of like that. Trouble is, then you don't get any cables. Or interestingly, there were cables, but now not. So anyway, I think we'll just go back to having nothing, because that's what I wanted originally anyway. Right. Anyway, so back to my point. I was trying to think about like where we need to branch this off, and I think probably here is going to be the best place to branch it off from. But we had so many issues sorting out these rail directions last time that I'm terrified of adding more. But let's see, I guess we'll see what happens. So kind of what we need is another junction like here that just splits off and runs simultaneous. I think we should have grass coming in basically onto the rail station right here. No, that's going to be another issue. The stupid ground level. Which is weird though, because this should be a correct level. It's to do with the height that this thing is at, I think. That's better. But not better, obviously. Might be because Anarchy's on. Nope, still determined to do it. Strange. I think it's to do with that. I think it's to do with the height of that building. Yep, there you go, that's it. Sub it up. Thank you very much, Matumbo. Welcome back, Matumbo, for 2 in a row. Crazy it's already been this long. Love your recent YouTube videos. Thank you very much, Matumbo. Welcome back on board, buddy. Guys, thanks for 244 subs. We're doing really great at the moment. Thank you very much for all your support, guys. Right, now the other thing is, do we go above or do we go, whilst I'm doing this bit over here, do we go above or below the road? Because we obviously have to cross this road here, guys. Do we go above or below? What do we do? That's obviously an important question. So yeah, do we go above or below the road? That's what we need to know. Right, so the next thing also is that I want this... Why is that clicking onto that? That's very strange. Right, so we'll have the industry rail come right next to the park here, like this road. So have this come along here like that. So that basically you have the industry rail just kind of rolling past the other train station. We should go above, obviously. Okay. We should have a train track roundabout. No. No, we should not. Okay, now, we do seem to have kind of successfully spliced into the railway line here. In fact, I think it could have been a lot worse. There's a bit of grass here, but I'm actually going to kind of let it go. I'm actually pretty happy with where that's looking at the moment, so it's all good. Right, we just need to get over here and then connect up to that. So that's working great. This actually could have been much more painful than it has been, so we should be counting our blessings, I think. Right, now the other thing is we need to think about crossing this area here. Now I think what I'm going to do is, for starters, this needs to be a bit better lined up, look, all over the place. Right, okay, so this here, we need to, this is the one we want ground forces to follow. Pretty sure that's correct anyway. Yeah, so this is the one we want. So what we need to do here is have the incline come up obviously to high enough so that it's above. So I think if we go to about 12 meters, that should be enough. And we need to think about where this is coming to this bit over here. So I think if we go to about here, okay, no, apparently not. I still have never quite got the hang of this. Okay, that's not right. I think we need to also turn on, I think it's straight slope. So it basically forces it to go from A to B. I think it's this. How many times have I done this, and every single time I forget how to do it? Okay, that's what we want to do. Right, so that's our incline coming up across. And then we just want to basically do the same back again, coming this way. But obviously, kind of really want to go just from about here, I think. Oh, my life. Come on, LT. Fucking hell, I'm making a massive sham of this. Right. Then we want to go up 12. Right. Better. Okay, right now all we want to do is just connect this up. Made a right mess of that, didn't I? Okay, but now that's working just fine. Right, so now we just need to connect across here, like that. Done, easy. That should be it. And we can obviously decorate this up a little bit. Right, so I think that is all good. Now I will again probably create like some kind of extra stuff here with fencing and what have you. We'll come to that in a minute, but for now let's just make sure that is all working. This thing has got water, and it's obviously, it somehow has not got power, even though it's right next to a bloody thing. Let's put, oh yeah, that's the bridge, I forgot, yeah, bridge with, oh yeah, there's actually a bridge with lights, that's right, I'd forgotten about this. So you can actually create, I think this actually works. Remember how I've always said it's really annoying that there's no bridges with power? Well, I believe that now you can actually have it. You can actually create a bridge with power going across it like this. So you can actually create a bridge that goes across and takes power across with it, and you'll basically obviously, you know, connect it all up using, you put your road across it and stuff. You have to use it anarchy and all these kind of things, but yeah, that basically is a cool thing. There's also this thing like the Kadichiochi bridge or whatever it is, and it basically does the same thing. You'd have to like kind of raise that up. Anyway. So what I was going to do though was put in a little electricity substation here so that we have a cause for power going to here. Okay, good. Right, so that is, I believe, functioning now. Now the only trouble is we have also got our electricity crisis. Now, remember how I said I didn't want to put any more electricity down there, but I said that we could potentially put some up on the hill? Let's do that. Let's do that now. Let's get some more wind turbines up on the hill. So I'm going to put a couple up here. I think we'll put these actually staggered across the hill. They should turn to whichever direction the wind is going to blow. So we'll put more, and they connect automatically to our power. The current wind turbines are coming from that direction, which is unfortunate because obviously we're sort of on a hill and that looks kind of stupid, but they're working nonetheless. We'll get some more going up here as well. So that should boost our power somewhat. We'll have to get more up here. Obviously I'm not going to put like tons and tons of these things all over the place, but you know, it is what it is. It'll work. That's a good point. We could do that. Yeah, we could raise these up. I don't know how that works with the light. I've never tried to raise these up. Yeah, that works kind of well, actually. Doesn't matter too much that the lights are a little further up. It makes a little bit more sense as well. Yeah, the only thing which looks kind of stupid is the steps to get into them. But we'll just imagine that that's a ladder up to the door or something like this, you know, so it's all good. Right, so what's up? I'm very concerned about the frames. Holy crap. Okay, we have got big traffic coming in here. Look at this. I think we may need to make some adaptations here, guys, because this road is not handling this road is not handling being like a traffic light junction here very well at all. And do you know what? I actually think that this road here is a very subsidiary road. So the change that I'm going to make right here is as follows. Oh crap, I hope that doesn't affect this bridge. So the change that we're going to make is we're going to make this boulevard actually kind of like connect in onto this. So let's take whichever one it is, grass verge, sodium lights. So what I'm going to do is we're going to basically take this and bring it in like that. So we shall just do here, then we'll do a hard right turn to about there. Hopefully this will not balls anything up. Okay, and then we will further connect it like that, and maybe even right down to there, I think. And then this junction here, actually I don't even know whether that junction should connect at this point. I think it can, but we'll just give priority to that. So what we'll do is this road here can just be from that point on, like we'll just make it like this style. And we'll just have it connect in like that. Now what we'll do is we'll turn off traffic lights there. And we will make this priority basically. So it'll be a stop and priority like that. Because there's so little traffic comes out of here, and it will still give people an opportunity to turn out onto this road, but it should enable the rest of this traffic to keep flowing quite freely. So right, that will now fix itself. And you just have to give it a minute because, hold on, why are these guys, yeah, just give it a minute for the traffic to work out where it needs to go to. These guys are obviously waiting to turn, I guess. As usual, as I have explained many times, whenever you make a change to a traffic junction, you have to allow it some time to clear before you can really assess whether or not that traffic junction is working. Because whenever you have a lot of traffic that's been like blocked in an area, you have to try and make the change which you think works and then give it time to clear that area. Now, if we continue to have a block amount of traffic coming in on here, then maybe what we need to do is make this road one way only. But we will continue to sort of just keep an eye on that, and maybe it will clear out. The other thing that we could potentially do is make it so that this road here is no, you know, we could change it so that they actually we can let's do this right now. I think this is going to be necessary, and it'll be an easy change to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the lane connections. Okay, I'm also going to make it so there's no turn left on that lane, so that should prevent cars from coming down here who want to turn left in the first place. Also then, so with the lane connectors, what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to tell any traffic to get in this lane here, or actually even further back, I think. So we'll actually go further back. So any traffic here has to change into this lane. Okay, that means that this traffic must go into that lane. All right, and then we'll go to the next one, and then we just say, okay, you can only go there. You can't change lane out of that lane. And then on this one, we don't need to, well, on this one, we can just say, okay, you go there, and nothing there. Okay, and then I'm just going to have to, for the sake of doing it, make these other changes. So this one here, you can turn right to that lane, or you can go over here. Okay, this guy, he can turn right, or he can go straight across. This guy, he can go straight across as well. Okay, so that's fine. And then from there on, they can do whatever. So what this should do is this should stop traffic on this road here going into that left-hand lane. And it doesn't mean that these cars will still not have to stop. They'll still have to stop because some traffic will be coming across, but it just will mean that there shouldn't be any traffic coming here. Look, see what happens? Look, they'll change lane. Look, change lane, change lane, change lane, change lane. So they'll change lane. That keeps this lane clear, which means these guys have a better opportunity to get out onto the road, which means this should keep this a little bit more clear. And it's kind of working basically. Because what I was noticing was that the thing that was stopping these guys pulling out was not oncoming traffic. It was the traffic coming this way that was in that lane. And these guys would see that traffic in that lane and they'd be like, oh, I can't pull out, I can't pull out, I can't pull out. So by forcing the traffic to just take that other lane, it means it gives these guys an opportunity to get out. Time traffic lights time. Let's test looting, but save first. No, fucking hell. If you think I'm going to do a, let's teach LT time traffic lights on the stream, you're insane. Like, there's literally no way. I'm going to make a save there, that's true. There's no way I'm doing that, because can you imagine? Can you imagine? Trying, like, it would literally be the Rubik's Cube apocalypse of doing this game. Right. Okay, so happily, guys, our industry, look, they're starting to deliver. So we already have that. No trains have arrived yet, but I'm sure that we will have. Oh, hello, I tell a lie. I tell a lie, I tell a lie. Look, there was a big freight line train coming in right here. Now, the only trouble, which apparently has nothing on it. It's apparently transporting cargo, but got nothing on it. The only issue I have is that some of these big trains, that could be because I deleted some packs or whatever. So I'm going to turn off some of these. So Freightliner Class 66 empty. Oh, it's an empty model, apparently. What, ridiculous. So the only thing is that we have learned that some of these are insanely long. Really, really, really long. And you can make adaptations for that. But, so like this one right here, he's the empty one. So probably going to turn that one off. By clicking these, it should disrupt them. So I'm going to turn off long mixed, long hopper, coke train, any that's long. Some of them are insanely long. I'll tell you another thing, long coal, long container, long mixed. Because some of them are too long for the stations and they look insane. Right, I'll keep an eye on this, and if there's any others we see that are bonkers, we'll also turn them off. Right, the other thing is train speeds. We've said it before about train speeds. So by default, look, it's just the default train speed, okay, which I can't even remember what it is. What did I put over here for my train speeds? So they're going whatever, and then they turn down to 50. Yeah, exactly. So I think we can have... Oh, I should have done this ages ago at this train station, actually. I don't know why we didn't do that. So we should have basically 50 coming along like here. I can put like 70 here, I guess. And then we'll have like 50 coming in. This is a really good thing to do on all the stations because it just makes it a bit more realistic. And then we'll have like 30 here, and then we'll just have it go like 20 coming into the station. Okay, now for the guys over here, we will have, I think we'll have like 50 all the way along, like here, here, and then it needs to slow down more coming up on this incline. 40, 40, 40, 40. And then we're going to have it slow down again coming into the freight station, and then the last one 20. Okay, so that should slow down our rail a little bit, and it looks really cool because the trains actually kind of slow down and come into these things, and it looks really good. Right, but you can see already, like, you see what I was saying before about traffic coming in here, and you can see, look, about the kind of lorries and stuff. See how they come in to deliver one by one, and then they come back out again. Now the only thing is that the lorries, it always seems insane to me that they come in from this direction and they go out this other direction, so that they'll come in here. But it seems to be working pretty smoothly. They're delivering just fine, and there doesn't seem to be any backlog, so that's really good. We'll keep an eye on freight trains coming in. Also, hopefully there'll be no issue in terms of freight trains creating a problem here. The only thing that I may do, actually that line doesn't go anywhere that freight trains would need to go. So actually, I don't think there's any great cause. But what I was going to say was we could always create. I might just for the sake of it, just so it's there, because it could do it in the future. We could also just create like another connection like that. There we go. I think that looks right as well, because then you kind of have like the multi kind of options as to where the train is going to come in on, and I think that you would probably have that. So yeah, that's fine. So we've got our complex train junctions. Right, now we've got a big commercial demand, big commercial demand, and we'll see what's happening. There's some police action down at the harbour front right here. We need more shops in town. Apparently, people are crazy for shops, and I think again we could actually do like another. We could do another sort of line. There's a bit of an incline here, which I'm not too happy about, where this kind of comes up onto the top here. Let's create another little road that goes down through here, guys. Let's just create a grass-lined... Got no street lights. I think we'll have some... turn that off as well. I think we can have some old street lamps coming across here for this junction. Yeah, and then we'll get some more shops in here, basically. We get some more shopping action. More shopping action for Princess Park. I'll have to fill in that area in the middle and figure out what's going on with that. Hammer on. Guys, Cameron EB sub Twitch Prime. Thank you much, Cameron. Welcome on board, my friend. Thanks for the sub. Take us to 2:45 for today, guys. Give Cameron some big love in the chat, please. Some ice creaming sandwich. Right, okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look at the insanity of this train. Like, it's so big. Now, what's this one? AFT long mixed. Right, now, again, I thought I just disabled that. Yeah. Or, is it... I always forget this, right? Is it... Valenia, you'll know this in the stream. You'll know this. When I select these in here, is that turning them off? Or is it... Oh, it says select types. I think I've been doing this wrong. I think this is selecting which ones you want, obviously. Right, let's go with this, let's go with this. Actually, we don't want a garbage train. Tracks cargo, coal train, ballast train, forestry train. No, short tank. Local freight, tanker, train, coal train, mixed cargo. Tanker train again, gas tanker train, coke train, long, short container, short empty, short mixed. EWS class coal train, freight train, and that one as well. Right. Okay, let's see whether my next one works. Cameron says, I've been watching you from the start in your PS3 Battlefield videos. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. Damn, that's awesome. I always love it when I get people that have been watching that long. It's like really, really cool to know when people have been around for that long and like watching you do stuff for that long. It's cool. Right, now, my initial plan with this road, as I was concerned about, as you can see, is not working greatly well. The only other thing we could try here is that I obviously set it to stop, so they do have to stop. We could set it to yield so that they're a little bit more, they don't come to a full stop. Like they kind of flow, and they're a bit more chancy, a bit more dicey with their traffic options. So let's leave it like that for a little bit. Look, you can see it's flowing quite a lot better, but there is a lot of traffic which comes out of here, which is residential traffic, which is trying to obviously get to work or go to other places, and that's what's creating that big backlog. So yes, that is an issue. So yeah, maybe we do need to make this just one way only. I think that's a possibility. So I think we'll make just this bit. You can go two-way down to here, but obviously we don't need this big four-lane road anymore. So I think we can just revert this back to just a normal road. Let's just change this up here. So we can just make this a totally normal road, and we'll just make this a one-way road only. So we're going to have to do that because otherwise things are going to get silly here. So bad luck, guys. Sorry about that. Yep, turn around, the road is closed. Okay, now, given that we've made this a one-way road only, I still don't want to allow these guys to turn left here because it's important that we keep the traffic running. However, I can rescind on my previous lane connections. Another gigantic train coming out of there. So we can take this crap off because we don't need to do that before. what I did, like there, sometimes that'll work, sometimes it won't work. I thought that that may work in terms of alleviating the issues we had, but as you saw, no. So we should just go back to usual and it'll be fine. It won't be any issue. This traffic will just come down here and get out a different way and it will work just fine, so it's no big deal. I think we changed it here, didn't we, so that all the, yeah. Again, the only trouble though is that this is going to back up. Maybe we do need to consider... I'm hoping that this train was sort of already there and that this is just a kind of backlog of things. So we will continue to see what trains come out of here, and hopefully, like I say, there will be some which are not... I mean, don't get me wrong, it does look cool. You know, it does look really cool, like having the rail coming past the main train station right here. It does look cool. But they are kind of too big to come out of there, really. But the shorter ones look just as good. So we'll just keep an eye on things there. And either way, that's good. Brings us some cash and so on and so on. Create a bypass so people can get to work. Well, we already did. We have this road right here. And for the longest time, we've actually banned people from driving out here because it was creating too much traffic. But I'm tempted to allow this for, you know, like just cars. So let's make a change over here. Let's make a change to this and make it so that cars can actually get down here. So we're going to turn just cars on, not industry. And we'll change that up all the way along, and maybe that will enable people to get to work a little easier. So we'll just leave that for now. That'll be changed up as we go along. Right, now the other thing we said about was that there was a bit of crime down at the harbour area right here. Looks like this place, look, they've robbed this place blind. They've literally robbed it blind. It's gone. It's out of business because it's been robbed so much. Other shops and things, though, are doing real good. And we do have a demand for residential. We've got good demand for residential, in fact. So let's just fill in. Let's just fill in this area. Let's get residential happening. Let's make it. Let's make residential happen. Now, the other thing I said about was getting a park in there. I think some kind of leisure activities would be good. We should get some leisure activities happening down here at the harbour as well. So let's look at parks that we could put in here. Let's have a look. Got amphitheatre again. The beer garden. I was really thinking of sports for this area. We've got sports elsewhere, but I was thinking sports would be good if we could get that in here. I got baseball field. I was thinking maybe tennis. See what kind of tennis we could get in here. There's the tennis stadium, which is actually kind of small, but it would be good for the city to have a tennis stadium, and I think it would work well in that area. So we've got tennis stadium in there. That'll be cool. And then let's see what else we can get going on down here. So, oh yeah, I forgot we got like the tunnel entrance thing, which is cool. Wait, what? Oh shit. There is a fire in Princess Park, and it's looking quite major. This is actually bad because the last thing we want is this to spread. Yeah, get that going on. Speaking of which, what kind of fire services do we have in the area? Not good. Not good fire services at all. In fact, we've only had pretty much the SimCity fire station, so I think we should definitely get some more fire service in here. I'm going to take fire station 17. I'm going to have fire station 17 get it down here on this junction or somewhere around here anyway. We need it on this side of town. I think this is probably a good place for it, so we'll get that in there. Also, let's take a look at our policing. Again, we haven't added any policing since we started this off, so let's get a similarly matching police station in here. We can find it. We've got police station. Yeah, this will do well. So again, let's get this opposite the... there we go. Get the police station opposite the university, and I think we could continue to expand our university. However, we definitely could do with some kind of, again, rail station in the city here, and that's going to be something which we need to think about. I'm not quite sure where we want to bring in the rail station. I mean, a lot of people want to go to the university, and I'm thinking about whether we get a railway station that's right next to the university, like right here. This would be a good place for it, and then we could run the railway line out this way, and the railway line could kind of connect up to and from here, so this could work pretty good. So maybe we should do that. And it would be good. And this area is going to expand. We're going to get more stuff in this area. I'll tell you what's bugging me, though, is this dashed line. And I think I actually want to buy this other area right here, so that we don't have that going on anymore. What's this? You need to turn train spawn off in advanced vehicle option mod. What, for these bits? No, because they should... I don't think that they should have... There's very, very long trains. I think that was just a glitch from you know, like I say, it stacks them up already to start with. Things are looking cool though down here. The rail. This was a whole plan with this. Yeah, see, look, it looks so much cooler. Look, when the trains come in nice and slow. And again, look, see, look, we got like this right here. We got the trains coming in nice and slow. Looks really good. So it was my plan all along with this map to basically have the railway be a pretty solid element of the map, because I really wanted the trains and stuff to play a big role in terms of transporting people around the map, and also sort of, you know, industry and all these kind of things. Yeah, like, see, it's working now. Now that we've got them selected, it's selecting only the kind of smaller ones, which is obviously what we need. Right, there we go. Well, we've never created any more clubland, and we could definitely do that over here. Okay, but things are looking good, and there is still like a big residential demand here, so we can continue to sort of fill in this area right here. I think really we could just kind of fill in all along here now. And all along here too. I mean, it's pretty much the only area... Well, no. Let's leave a space just right there. Right there. We can get some more leisure. I'll get like a... I don't know, volleyball or something like that. Oh yeah, there's some space right here as well, and I think we could do with some more... There's some more commercial. Right, so let's think about this train, this area. This is looking really nice as well. I didn't want this city to be like big tower city. I think we can have some of that going on here, but I wanted this to be a little bit more of an open city. So I think that's why we're going to keep this kind of low-level residential, but we might mix in a bit more high-density residential sort of around some of these areas, try and create different districts that are kind of, you know, split differently. Right, now we do need to create the harbour front area, guys, and that's going to go basically from over here, I think. Basically all the way down like that. Now Valenio, guys, has already bagged this area. We were talking about that earlier on today. So Valenio will be having the harbour area. Right, and then this will go out over to here. And then down like that. Okay. Damn it! Stupid district bullshit. Goodbye, Mulberry District. We never wanted you. Okay. That's weird. Why is the name like offset? That's really odd. So we have... Right, let's have a look. Remember how to spell Valenio. Valenio. Right, Valenio keys. Why is that so offset? That's weird. Not that I hate it or anything, it's actually pretty good, but it's kind of weird. What's this? Loot and make a well, a lot of trees and parks. Yeah. Okay, right, so that's working nicely, and this area is looking really, really good. Got like lots of trees and bits and pieces on. Right, we'll start to, let's have a look over here, make sure that the, yeah, look, see, look, this is exactly what I was talking about. You can see, look, a lot of lorries and stuff coming in here, but this is working really, really good in terms of getting them moving out there. And, oh, a little bit of gridlock on the roundabout. Now this is what I was worried about. This is what I was worried about happening, guys. Remember we talked about this before? So there's some issue here, guys, where basically the traffic goes real, real slow. And we're going to have to address this. I'm going to save before I do anything. We are going to have to fix this. So it's to do with the way in which I've made these roads. And this was heavily modified. I think I'm going to have to just delete this section out, rebuild it. We pissed around with this area for ages and ages, like filling around with the mods, and I think we might just have to simplify it to get this to work properly. We can't, obviously, as you see, have it where they slow down that much on the roundabout. It just is too problematic. Let's just go to move it as well, because I just want to make sure there's no other props that are hidden around here Yeah, in fact, look, you can see, look, there's a load of hidden props and shit. I'm just going to get rid of all these props. We pissed around with this stuff before, but I think we just need to get rid of it, really. It's okay, because we need to do that anyway. I've pressed the wrong button. I should have pressed that button. It might not be the worst thing anyway, because, quite honestly, like I say, I kind of have to redo this anyway, so... But we pissed around with this for ages before, I remember. Right, firstly, let's just do it real simple and make sure it's actually working before we do anything else. So we'll just connect it real simple. Did we have 3 lanes on, 3 lanes off here? I think we did. So we'll just do like 3 lanes on. And then this is, I think it's to do maybe with even with this. This needs to go like that. Okay, now that is done quite simple. Right, now it's working. So we'll just keep... It's actually quite handy having all this traffic here right now because it means that we can see what happens. The issue as well was to do with these kind of glitching signs, and we didn't want them to kind of glitch, basically. So we kind of moved stuff around a little bit to make it work better. And actually, this is built without kind of glitching at all, which is actually really, really good. Now, so this was the kind of crap that we were having problems with. And to be quite honest... it's not even that bad right now. I think the other thing was I wanted this to look a little bit more like it should actually bend like that, because obviously it should. That is actually not the worst. It's this bit here that was pissing us off, you may recall. So I kind of pushed it back and turned it so that, like that, so that those signs were together. And then I think we had to drag this back to make it look sensible. And then you see, it's like one thing creates another problem, creates another problem. There's just too much going on here. Right. Now, if we can get away with that, which we can just about. Right, the only issue we're going to have is that traffic is going to be kind of coming off here and glitching and being weird because it's already been traveling around here. We need to have a look, yeah, again, so this will be the other issue, which is that so we had our lane markers before now, which will have been removed. Now I deleted that out. So I'm going to have to redo this, which is always a joy on junctions this complicated. So this is going to go off to the right. This is going to go to the second lane and also that lane. This lane is going to go to there only. This lane is going to go to the second lane. This lane is going to go to the third lane. This lane is going to go onto the inside only. Right. And then we've got here, so again we want you to go only on the inside, we want you to go straight on, so they don't change lane at all. Okay, then this one, damn, there's so many here. Right. Oh joy, that's not complex. Right, let's do this bit first. Right, you are coming on here and going to there, and you're going to stay in that lane because then when you get to this one, you're going to turn straight off. And then you in the middle are going to go to the middle lane again and stay there. And you in the purple are going to go also to the middle lane because we don't want you to run into anybody else. Right, and then on these guys, so inside lane again carries on to inside lane, and the middle lane, sorry, the pink one is also going to go to there. There's not much we can do with this one. This is going to just be always a bit of a clusterfuck, but I think we also did a thing where it was kind of like they have to yield, which I think also is changed up on this. He's going to have to go into that lane too. Okay, then we get to the next bit, and this guy can go to the left or straight on. This guy can go to there, or he can go to there or to there. Actually, I think also this guy can go into that lane. Yeah. Okay. Next one. You are staying on the inside lane. And you are going to there. And you are going to there. This one's easy. You go to the outside lane. You go to middle. You go to that. Okay, middle one. I will allow that to go straight on. I will allow that to move out. I will allow that to go straight on. I'll allow this one to go to there or to move out. Okay, and then back to this. So they go to there, they go to there, and they go to there or to there. And this guy can also go to there. And these guys, they don't need anything, but what I need to do is, because I just remade this junction here needs to be no left turn. So it's just no left turn, so straight on, straight on, straight on. And that shouldn't have any changes necessary. And that shouldn't need any changes up on the top. Okay. And then we just need to do priorities. And again, what we will do on each of these is it should be priority for the traffic driving around constantly. So that should be yield and so on. That should be yield. That doesn't matter. That should be yield. That doesn't matter. And that doesn't matter there. That's it, that's what I want. Right. Case closed. Right, I'm going to make a save right after all that nonsense. And finish on this episode. So, we'll be back next time, guys, for some more Skylines, where we continue on Whitford Peak, and we continue to build the road junctions, we continue to build the harbour area. Please don't crash, you fucking bastard. Still saving. Oh, don't do this, you bitch. Man, today is the day of troubles. I don't believe this. Luckily, I don't think we saved that long ago, but it does mean I have to redo that junction again. Fucking hell. This game is not my friend today. Seriously. Of all the days today, this has been like a bad day. Right, I'll see you next time, guys. More Skylines. See you then.